Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's episode. So today I'm sharing with you guys our kitchen makeover journey because it's been a wild one. So first things first, I do know that I already have a extreme kitchen renovation episode, but just to let you guys know, we actually knew that we were going to replace cabinets eventually because this is a really old house and I don't think that these cabinets have been replaced ever since. So it was definitely going to be in the future, and now the future is here. Our home was built in 1939, which means that the cabinets from back then were actually like custom built-in cabinets. So they were actually like custom sized to fit the kitchen and to, I guess, like the owner's request or the builder's request. And although they were beautiful and really big, they were a little too big for this space. They actually used to hang really, really low on the counter, which was something that was a very dysfunctional thing about the kitchen because I couldn't fit a proper size blender or a coffee maker underneath. It doesn't look like it was that low, but really, it really was. So a few years ago, we did decide to demo and remove the upper cabinets because I wanted to try the whole floating shelves trend, and it was good while it lasted. I quickly learned that I didn't like to having like an exposed pantry. Of course, some exposed pantries are beautiful, but you have to invest so much money in these pretty containers, which I didn't have and I didn't do. So I quickly just grew tired of it. It didn't work for me and I didn't like it, to be honest. And if you follow me on Instagram or watched my videos before, you know that I've changed it quite a few times. So yeah, I want to call it a learning time where I was trying to learn, or I was trying to figure out what my style was and learning what worked for me and what worked in this small space, because it is a really tiny home, so there's a lot to learn. We sometimes just can't jump on every trend, right? Fast forward to now, we are adding new cabinets and we did demo the old ones. Obviously, we did try to salvage the countertop just so that we can sell it at least and make, you know, a little bit of money for the new renovations, but unfortunately that did not work. Most of the time it will break on you. It just depends your luck and your tools maybe, and your knowledge and experience behind all of this, which this is our first home and it's our first time tackling these kind of projects. Although my husband is in the construction industry, he's more into the framing side of it, so this is completely new. I still trust him. I know that he knows what he's doing, but that part right there just didn't happen for us, and it's okay. Even if we were able to salvage the countertops, we had to get new ones because the kitchen had custom built-ins, which means that they were built a certain to specific measurement. The cabinets that we have now are prefabricated, which means they already come ready and built and assembled, and you just, you know, put it in wherever you like. The kitchen counter used to be about 19 inches in depth, if that's how you say it. I'm not really good with measurements, okay? I know length and width and depth and width and depth always confuse me. It was a really narrow countertop, so we couldn't fit a proper or regular size cabinet underneath, because the regular size cabinets now are actually 24 inches and it would have been too short. So that meant that we have to get new countertops, which I'm not mad about because I do want new countertops anyways. So in the process of adding new cabinets, we also decided to shift things around now that we have the flexibility of actually deciding where things can go. Number one, the stove is in a dark corner where it just doesn't belong. I don't know why they tucked it in a corner. I think that kitchens were not, like, stoves were put that way back in the day, so it totally makes no sense right now. As time goes by, we make changes that adapt us to our daily lifestyle, which the kitchen should not be in the corner. There was no counter next to it on the right side of it, so we're moving the stove over a few feet over. Two, the fridge is right by the doorway that leads into the dining, which is also very dysfunctional because when you open the fridge and someone wants to come in through the entryway, they literally have to wait until you close it, or close it and let them pass by, which is not such a big deal. We lived with it for 5 years, so it wasn't that much, especially because we're a small family. I don't have a lot of people over all the time, so it didn't really bother us that much. It's just like a thing for me that it just doesn't belong there, and we finally can move it over, and we're gonna move it over to where the stove used to be. Number 3, we added a dishwasher because I've always wanted a dishwasher. I am a procrastinator sometimes, most of the time, let's be honest. I mean, I don't mind washing dishes, especially in the summer, because the cold water cools me down while I'm washing the dishes. But I do have other priorities, and washing dishes is not my very top, so I always leave it till the end. Number 4, we added more outlets because can you believe that my countertop only had one outlet? One. Like, how in the world is that functional at all? I mean, I don't have 2 things going at once all the time, but rarely I do. And sometimes I even need the space, but I can't because it was just that one corner where I had to leave things plugged in and I just couldn't. It kind of got crowded. Now I have 2 more. So we did install more, but you don't see those because it's behind the stove on the wall, and then the other one for the dishwasher under the sink. So there's actually more, but the main ones that you see are on the counter. So those are pretty much most of the things that we are fixing, the bigger things. Now we might eventually change the floors. I do want to. It's just a really expensive project. Floors are really, really expensive. We actually have wood floors now, but the stain that we had used didn't turn out the way that we thought it would, and we didn't like it. I wanted light gray floors, and it just gave me a brown floor with gray spots. So that's another rant for another story. And we do plan on opening up the wall where the fridge used to be just a tiny bit, maybe like a foot or so that we can have a more open concept of the dining. I also picked a color. I am full on that color right now. I hope that I don't change my mind because I really, really loved it. I actually saw some people post it on social media. I actually went on Sherwin-Williams website and looked at colors, and I looked at the color cards from the same color of my kitchen walls to kind of have a color that coordinated and that went well with the one that I already have. I wanted to leave my kitchen the same color as it is because I like that grayish tone. So I decided to pick a darker shade in that color range, if that makes any sense. I don't know any proper paint talk, wording, language. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. And I really love it so far. I don't want to have white cabinets because the countertop is going to be all white. So it only makes sense to pick something a little darker. And I want something darker because I feel like it would be a statement, a bold choice. Let me show you the paint color options. Today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you so much. It really means the world to me that you watch my content, and don't forget to subscribe so that you don't miss any more episodes because I cannot wait to show you guys the end. We're almost there, almost there. This is hard to live with, but the results have to be worth it. They just have to be. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Yeah!